Hey, it's year one, day 21. So it's like middle day. I basically found the 4 exact points on each corner that are going to make up the perimeter of the structure. And I measured diagonals across. So when you measure the diagonals across and they're equal, that means you've got the correct angles. And when the lengths on each sides are equal, then you have the right length. So if you have the correct angles and the correct lengths, then you have an in-square building. So I did that, and then I ran a piece of string. So basically what I did was I drilled a little hole and I put a small nail through it, and then I ran a piece of string from each corner to each corner. And then I can just with a Sharpie go along and draw where the wall is gonna land on for each of the pillars. And same thing with these. When I pull this nail out, I'm going to finish drawing, but I marked pretty much where the edges are, so I can come in here with a straight edge and draw those out when I pull the corners out. And then this is all really important because all the wood's going to sit on these post bases. And what needs to happen is, so like let's say for these over here, this post base needs to be positioned perfectly so that the edge of the wood sits just perfectly inside this base. So basically there will be 2 pieces of wood here, and the very outer edge will be here. So this will line up perfect. And then I also need to double check, since I'm gonna do joists every 16 inches, when I get to a base, I need to mark on here where the joist is gonna land. Because if it lands right here, then I have enough clearance to put my joist hanger. But if the joist lands right here, then I can't put my base here. I'm gonna need to move my base over here so that I can put the joist hanger here. So that the wood has a way to transfer the weight. And then same thing with the corners. Corners are a little iffy because I want to position the corners so that it'll be something like this, where the wood coming this way is going to rest on this piece, and then I'm going to have one piece of wood coming this way that's going to rest on this piece. So all 3 pieces of wood that meet the corner, so basically the 2 going the long ways and the 1 going the short ways, they all have something to rest on so that there's direct transfer of weight into the pillar. And then the only other thing I had to double check was to make sure that from end to end, that wherever the middle is, I have a spot marked so that I could draw a line straight down the middle, because I'm going to run a couple beams down there to support the weight coming down the middle as well. So yeah, I just got to the point where everything's square, everything's lined up. I'm just marking my edges, and then I'm going to start drawing out and figuring out where the joists are going to land, marking those on the posts, so I know where to not put the post bases, and then I can start drilling the post bases and installing them. And I'll go into more detail about that on the next video, because I decided between a couple different methods of doing it. But that's pretty much it. Ciao.